Well, I just thought I'd just do a bit of a final clip just to show you the final sort of installation of the ThermoGuard thing. Temperature probe there on the 300 TDI unit. So just a block overview of the engine there, and you can see there's the probe now in situ into the manifold unit. That's the plate Ian supplies, good quality plate with a gasket. There's your banjo unit holding it. There's your probe now, and you can see I've just done it a nice neat run just over the top of the air intake box across the firewall in there, and I'll tie wrap this along so it's nice and neat. When you're doing the probe, the instructions are really good, but I'll just run over it through you. Basically what you do is push the probe in till you can feel it stop against the manifold, and then pull it out about 6mm on Ian's instructions. And all I did was just mark the probe here, just to know I've got the 6mm mark. The little banjo bolt here, don't swing on it like a gorilla, and some sealing gaskets inside, little rings, and basically just two spanners, I think 14mm it was from memory, and just nip them up. You don't have to swing on it, and I just nipped them up, not too much weight on it, and there's been no leaks, nothing, no blow by, so you're better off under tightening it than over tightening it and doing some damage to it. So let's just go inside the cab now, and you can just see the final installation from it, and I'll give it a run. So here we are. So like I said on the first clip, what I did is I got the power supply from the back of the cruise control unit. You can see I've plugged that back in now, nice and neat. I've just left some of the wires exposed just so you can see how I've done the run, and I'll tuck them away a bit later. But basically you can see underneath, nice and neat, all the wires go behind the back of here, and I'll push all these up and tuck them in so you won't see them. Likewise with the input side off the probe, which goes into the back of the unit. I've just basically run it through behind the back of the wire panel under here, and this is all going to tuck behind this unit, and you're not going to see anything. I'm quite pleased that I actually fitted the unit where I did. It does sit there quite nice. I've taken it for a run with the Velcro, doesn't vibrate, doesn't fall off. So the next step then really is to give it a run. So I've wired it into the ignition, onto the second phase of the ignition. So up it goes, you get a couple of little flashes, and then up it comes with the exhaust temperature reading, so 47. And then you've got some functions on here which I'll run over on a later video, where you can do your maximum minimum readings and reset it. So easy enough. Up with the key, just give it a turn, and there she goes, instant reading of it, 55 degrees. Oh, the truck's cold. And there you go. What I'm going to do is I'll do a run on the road, and then you can see how it works, and find a couple of hills around here, really give the machine a boot, and you can see the temperature climb up, and it'll give you some average readings of when the truck's running at under no load, and some with load on. So just a bit of a recap really. Great product. Recommend going on the ThermoGuard website and have a look. Some great technical bulletins there explaining all about different components of the compression ignition engine and what to look for, and there's also a frequently asked questions document which is good to read. Once it's installed, you can see from my driving position, if I just sit there and just look at my steering wheel from there, and it's still quite visible. You're not sort of bending your neck and all this to look at it, so at a glance you can see it. So it sort of keeps you safe, so you're not constantly focusing on gauges. I'll just give the engine a bit of a rev there, and you can see the temperature rising, and that's just under no load, just 2,500 revs, up she goes. And it's quite a responsive gauge in terms of there's not that much lag on it, so it go up, temperature will rise, settles off, and watch when I rev the engine, you know, within a few seconds you can see the engine temperature, the exhaust temperature increasing. So it's quite a live unit, which is really good. So anyway, like I said, I'd encourage you to give Ian a ring, or check his website out. It's a really good website, a lot of information on there. And personally, I feel that this exhaust temperature gauge is a useful piece of gear for many reasons. And like I say, if you give Ian's website fling, have a read of it. He gives you all the technical articles on there and what to look for with it to make sure that your engine's running optimally. So I'll sign off now, and thanks for watching the video.